Hello, YouTubers. Glad to have you with me today. Welcome to Level-Headed News. I am your host, Brenda. Welcome to the 30th day of November 2016. We're trying a new format out here, and we're bringing you like groups of topics. This particular one, I only have one article on, but I thought it was very important to bring up. And this one is about the IRS targeting those not on Obamacare. It's off of WND.com. The URL is in the description of the video, so you can pull that up and take a look at it at your leisure if you need any further information on it. Waiting for the hamster to fling it up here on the screen for me. He's running a little slow this morning. Okay, here we go. It says the IRS is plowing ahead with controversial plans to use its files to try to prod more people to sign up for Obamacare, but the tax agency has promised Congress it won't break any privacy laws. The letters are set to go out beginning next week and are aimed at Americans who are paying the tax penalty rather than obtaining health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. The IRS says the 2010 law requires it to inform those individuals they could do better, and now it's decided to throw an ad up here. Here we go. That they could do better by signing up for the embattled program. In keeping with our commitment to taxpayer confidentiality, we will send letters directly to taxpayers. Under no circumstances will we share the identities of these taxpayers or any other protected taxpayer information with CMS or any other entity. IRS Commissioner John Koskinen told Congress on October 31st in documents shared by the Washington Times. But congressional Republicans already intent on repealing the health law say tapping the IRS to boost Obamacare is dangerous and risks disclosure of taxpayers' secret information to others in the government. According to congressional aides, the IRS is set to dispatch the letters in 2 batches before the key enrollment deadlines. It will send notices to 800,000 filers between November 28th and December 5th, ahead of the December 15th deadline to buy a plan in time to be covered by January 1st. In addition, 6.7 million Obamacare holdouts will see an IRS notice in January as the administration makes a last-ditch plea for sign-ups ahead of the final January 31st deadline. Draft versions of the letter warn recipients that they owed a penalty in 2015, and unless they sign up now, will likely owe a penalty for 2017 as well. Some versions of the letter even detailed a potential cost, a minimum of $695 for an adult, with the chance for a much higher penalty depending on your income. Those with higher incomes must pay 2.5% of their earnings. The letter says enrolling in an Obamacare exchange plan generally costs $75 a month or less once taxpayer-funded subsidies are taken into account. The campaign is part of President Obama's attempts to push his signature law on firmer footing by driving up enrollment, particularly among young, healthy people who could stabilize premiums under the program before he hands off his legacy item to President-elect Donald Trump. The Obama administration had hoped to be turning the fate of the law over to Hillary Clinton, who had said she would defend and build on Obamacare. Instead, the 2017 sign-up season will conclude under a Trump administration that's vowed to unravel the exchanges as part of a broader push to repeal and replace the law. This year marks the first time the IRS and Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, which runs the federal exchange, have teamed up to promote the law. House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Majority Whip Steve Scalise, and Ways and Means Chairman Kevin Brady, Texas Republican, objected to the letter campaign earlier this year, saying the IRS decision to collaborate with a healthcare agency was an improper use of its resources and amounted to harassment of taxpayers. King, Iowa Republican, said if the IRS is willing to collaborate with health agencies, it should also work with the Department of Homeland Security and Social Security Administration more to root out illegal immigrants. And that is the end of that article. Wow. Talk about overstepping bounds. Man. And it doesn't even touch on how much money is being wasted in man hours to fold up these letters, stuff them in envelopes, how much postage, how much time is being wasted to drag this stuff to post office, and people's throats. And it's like a threat, receiving something from the IRS in the mail saying that you need to get this insurance. Who is the IRS to tell me that I need to buy a product? The American people should be absolutely outraged by this. Well, there you go. See you on the next broadcast.